Seahawks have their OTAs 3 days this week. One important name missing. Why that may spell the first real difficult decision this regime has had to make. That's next.
Forget cable, switch to Frontier. The Fios Triple Play brings dedicated 100% fiber optics to your home. Fios TV, 15x5 internet and digital phone for $119.99 per month with 2-year price protection plan on qualifying service. FrontierPacificNW.com.
Seahawks OTAs, Brock, we were out there for practice yesterday. A couple of guys missing. All of them made sense, except for one, Chris Clemons. He wasn't there the last time we were out. He wasn't there this week either. Now, he's entitled to be. These are voluntary workouts, but how come he's not there?
Well, you don't think it makes sense? See, I think it makes sense, actually, because his side, Chris's side, is saying, hey, here's our opportunity to leverage. 31 years of age, been 4 different places, coming off back-to-back 11-sack seasons. You need me. You need me on that wall, says Chris Clemons, because you really don't have anybody else. I know you drafted Bruce Irvin, but that's down the road, a very raw player. I'm the guy that gets sacks. I am the prototypical Leo and have been very successful here, and I want my contract. He gave it to Red, he gave it to Marshawn. I want my money.
The one thing I would argue back is, yeah, they gave it to Red, they gave it to Marshawn, but not until they reached free agency. Both guys had to go out, see what was available potentially in the market. In Marshawn's case, it was a franchise deal, but they didn't just give it to him a year before. They made him earn it all the way through the contract. I'm curious to see how this goes. This is a situation that almost every team in the NFL deals with either this year, next year, or the year after. Every couple years, you've got to handle somebody who thinks they deserve to get paid and may try to leverage their ability to hold out in order to do so. And we don't know if Chris Clemons is going to go that route yet, but he sure seems to be walking down the beginning of it. The thing is that he's got to be careful of, yes, the Seahawks do need him to play that Leo position, but how many other teams out there have the need for that Leo position? Is the open market really there for him, for a guy at his age, 30, about to be 31, next year 32, who may or may not try to hold out this year and doesn't necessarily fit into anyone else's defense?
Well, here's also what you've got to watch. Typically, these don't end well if that player holds out. If they can't at least keep the conversation going, if they can't appease, think of Deshaun Jackson, think of Darrelle Revis, think of if he misses camp, what follows?
Well, how about Osi Umenyiora? I mean, he had the same type of holdout last year. They ended up winning the Super Bowl, so clearly that one ended okay.
Yeah, and actually Clemons probably fits there at plus 30 years of age in an Osi Umenyiora camp. Bottom line here is Pete Carroll and John Schneider have not had to deal with this. They've not had this kind of friction. This has been smooth sailing in that locker room really for 2 years. Now here's one of your players that's produced at a high level. Does he get a new deal before his contract's done?